Hey guys, James here today and welcome back to another Sims 4 building video. It's not really a house, so I'm not going to call it that. It is more of a commercial building. So this, as the title may suggest, is a YouTuber slash streamer studio, if you will. So I was inspired by my friend Dylan, also known as Conflict Nerd Dylan, over here on YouTube. He did like a YouTube studio build or office build a while ago, and I was talking to him, and it was changing the thumbnail or something about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna steal your idea and do the same thing, but obviously not the same thing. Just build my own version of what I thought it would be. And also the other reason was because in my Let's Plays, and I think. And actually, one of the recent house builds as well, the townhouse build, we did like a little studio in it as well. And I was like, yeah, it's just really fun to build. It's like it's one of those things in Sims. It's really fun to build, and it looks really cool. It's completely pointless, but it was just fun. So that's entirely what this building is. It's completely pointless, but it's fun. In the end, I marked this as like because there's different lot types you can mark stuff as, and I marked it as like a generic lot. So it means you can visit it. But it would just like it's just like a community lot kind of thing. You can visit it. There's a bunch of computers in this place and TVs and that, so you can come here, hang out and that, and pretend to make. Actually, you could probably come if you were in the social media career in The Sims 4. You could come here and use it. I guess like it would work. So we're just building a really simple warehouse type of building. As warehouses tend to be, they tend to be pretty simple. So that's what I'm doing. Just a pretty simple facade, 2-story. And basically the idea is we're going to have like a warehouse with a bunch of sets on it. So you can have film different things in different sets. You know, there's a big green screen that's going to be like a couch setup. There's going to be, so it's going to be like that. A lot of different sets, a bunch of different computers to edit videos and some office computers as well. It's also, I sort of loosely based it on, if you guys have ever seen the YouTube channel Linus Tech Tips, basically, I think it must have been a year or two ago now, maybe, I don't know how long, maybe a couple, anyway, they moved office. Basically, they used to work from a house and then, you know, their company grew. And then they sort of rented out a warehouse, and they renovated the warehouse with a bunch of sets in it, and the office, and the, you know, all that. So this is kind of loosely based off the idea of that and what they did. Obviously, it looks nothing like it. It's just, you know, it was just inspired by that to do a similar sort of thing, and I thought it'd be a lot of fun. So I spent a lot of time on this build. This is only, as you might, I guess, in the title also might suggest it, is part 1. There is a part 2 coming out tomorrow that will have the conclusion of it. The reason it took so long is mostly because I did part of this during a live stream. I think the first half was the live stream, but not even that. That's not really the reason why it took so long. And I have said in the past that building during a live stream does take longer than, you know, just building by myself. But it was mostly just trying to get the layout to make sense and work, which is what I'm trying to do now. I'm just playing around, like what I thought would be a good idea, and you'll see me doing this throughout, is once I've built a room or thought, hey, what if this goes here, I'll start putting a few items in there just to see if it works. And the reason I built it this way rather than the traditional way I would build a house, which is, you know, I just build everything in all the rooms and then put the stuff in, is just because this build is so different. None of the rooms I know really what's going to go in them. It's just going to be sets. It's going to be storage. There's a whole storage area in this. There's offices. There's a conference room. There's like different studio rooms. There's all this weird stuff that you like. I was just like, I don't know. So why don't I just start placing things, see what fits where, and then sort of adapt the build that way. Really love that light fixture that I put on the wall there. This completely changed. This whole room here completely changes, but that sort of lighting fixture remains as like a symbol. Like I used that. I guess you can think of that lighting fixture as like the logo of whatever, you know, the YouTuber or the streamers that live and work from here, or not live, that work from here. You know, it's like maybe their channel logo or something like that. And then obviously the big text is like whatever the name of the channel would be. That was the idea. So you have this big sign, this big logo up on the wall. None of this all changes. Surprisingly, so much of this changes. It's incredible. Because again, I just didn't really know how it was going to work, what was going to be okay, and it was just good time, just a jolly old time. And what I've noticed as well, and this is something I do all the time, is I always build houses, right? Every so often I'll build a community lot, or every so often I'll build a, you know, like no, actually I don't even think I've built a park. I think I did I've done a club, I don't think I've ever done a library or a museum. In The Sims 4, that is. I don't think I've ever done... I don't know. I only just recently did... What? I don't even know. What the hell did I build? I don't know. Yeah, I normally just build houses. That's the thing. I was like, you know what? I think I should start doing some, some other builds, like some different lot types, because I never do. Maybe I should do like a karaoke bar or something as well that could go in city living. So if I have a look, let me have a look at my channel, because I want to see, I can't remember what I've done. Because it's normally houses, and I was like, this is something, obviously this is not a great community lot to start with, because it is kind of useless. Like, it's not really one of the best community lots because it's not an actual type. If you could buy, like in The Sims, if you could buy this, imagine if you just buy this as a commercial space, and then I don't know, and somehow work, and that'd be cool. I don't know how it would work, but if you could own this as your sim, and then they use this as their workplace, so they go to work 9 to 5 at this warehouse, and it'd be fun. It'd be fun. Hang on, let me have a look. So, The Sims 4 house builds. There it is. There's my playlist. Let's have a look. I think I did penthouse. Yeah, I did a nightclub semi recently. Not really. It was a while ago now, but houses. I think I've done some others. The promenade could either be residential or commercial. I remember that. It was kind of both. But other than that, and then there was like one other nightclub that I did. Oh, I did a burger joint as well, which when I originally built it, it couldn't be a commercial lot. But then when they added dine out and you could have restaurants, that totally could be now. That's actually something I don't think I've ever done a restaurant build, like a proper like I built 5 of them during my Let's Play, but I've never done like a restaurant build video. I don't think. No, I haven't. Well, except unless you count the burger joint, which was way before Dine Out came out. And then I had the other nightclub. As I said, I built an Apple store, which I think was also before. Oh no, that wasn't before Get to Work. That was okay. Yeah, so it's got like an Apple store kind of thing, and then I did another shop. Okay, but yeah, not really. Most of the stuff I've built is houses. So what do you guys think? Should I start doing some of the? Maybe I should do one of each lot type. Oh my god, look, trying to get this balcony to work as well was really annoying. Now you can see why it kind of took a bit of time to get this build to work. So yeah, maybe I should do like a library, or maybe I should do a museum, maybe I should do what are the other things? There's like a cafe you can do. There's a bunch of different lots. Maybe we should try a few different ones. So, I really, really love the black floorboards, actually, that you can see on the balcony there. I used those if you guys watched if you watch my City Living Let's Play, part 18 is my guess. Is that whatever the most... Yeah, part 18, I did a makeover of the apartment there, which incidentally did contain a studio as well, like with green screens and lighting and similar to this, but I wanted to do something on a bigger scale. That's why we're building this on a bigger scale, much grander, and just having a lot of fun with it. Like, this was just stupid fun to build. And that's what I love about some things in Sims. Like, the last build I did as well, like the mountain house, that was just fun to build. Then there was a tiny mountain, just stupid things to build that are good fun, and this was one of those. I used the black floorboards in a recent apartment renovation. I was like, you know what, this looks awesome, and I think it looks really, really cool. So I used that in this as well. So on the top floor, basically the idea is that's kind of where the offices are. So we have a few offices for, I guess whoever the head of the channel is, or the company, I guess. And then there's like a few, I guess, admin desk, and then there's like an editing room with a bunch of PCs. Yeah, this lobby here, this foyer, where you enter the building, changes so much. It's ridiculous because I couldn't get it to work. Like, the problem was we had the front desk. You can see like just the way the wall's built there, how it's in that kind of U shape, the wall. That's so the front desk would work there. And I was like, okay, why don't we just turn because then we had these weird little nooks of spare space here. I was like, okay, why don't we just turn this into storage? Those shelves are, technically food storage from Dine Out, but I figured they look just more like generic storage. If you don't look too closely, I think it looks just fine. And then we just put a couple of lighting setups in there. So like, they just store extra lights over there in that space, which I thought worked quite well. So we were trying to get this space to work. So we had this room above, and then we had the stairs going up into the foyer. And it was just a bit of a mess, I think. And so I think all of this right now is still on the live stream as well. This is still being streamed up until, well, I don't know up until what point, but it was being streamed for quite a while. So I was getting a lot of feedback from the chat, but I was also trying to do my own thing as well, like just trying to see what I thought looked good. Because I was speaking about this in the live stream when I did this. This is a few days ago now, and I was like, yeah, whenever I live stream a build or do like a let's build series, everything just building takes much longer. Not only because you're talking, because when you talk and do something at the same time, whether it be play a game or whatever, eating food in real life, talking and eating, that takes you longer than just eating food, right? It's the same with talking and playing a game. You're either worse at it going at the same speed or you play it slower. And that's what happens with building. You build slower because you're talking constantly, interacting with the chat. And then in like a Let's Build series, yeah, you're just talking constantly. And then also with the live stream, which is a huge plus and a little bit of a minus, is because you get so much feedback live on the spot. You're like, you build something, you do this, you do that. And they're like, oh no, actually, what if you do it this way? Like, because there's basically infinite number of ideas coming at you at the same time. You're like, oh, actually, that's good, which is fantastic. But it's been a thing for me to like learn, be like, oh, actually, you know what? I need to just probably choose an idea and go with it. Otherwise, we'll be here forever. So I was trying to be a little bit more decisive with this, and it kind of ended up just a bit messy because of that. I think I was trying to get it done in a reasonable amount of time. So that the build video that you're watching now isn't too long. Whereas, like, I mean, this is a two-parter. Ideally, this should have been just a one video, but it was too long, so I split it up. But anyway, in the end, we kind of settled on this setup here because I wanted the foyer, the entrance of the building, to be, I guess, sound separated from the rest of the warehouse, because the rest of the warehouse is where the sets are going to be, where the green screen is going to be. It's where they'd be filming and recording audio and all that. So I wanted the foyer to be sound separated, like a completely separate room, so that, people coming in there, talking loudly, whatever, wouldn't affect what's happening in the recording space. So that's why I did a wall there, put the windows on it instead of being open air, we have the windows, so you still have the same feeling of the open space, but it's still separated. Now, you may notice that it might be hard to see, but where those tiny half walls are, that sort of, I guess, lattice style of roofing, that's actually open air into the lobby, which I didn't even consider until a little bit later. But you'll see me playing around with that. And again, this design still isn't final with what we've got. It's getting there. It's nearly done. Just need some water. Very good. Yeah, actually, so this is completely unrelated, but today and like the last few days, I have been sleeping so, I'm not going to say badly, just weirdly. Like okay, it's 10:46 p.m. now when I'm recording this. I was up all night last night, and then I went to bed at 11 a.m. Then I woke up at 3 p.m., so I had about a 4-hour sleep. I got up then, and then I don't even know what I did. I think I worked maybe on this a little bit or something, and I was up for a number. I was up from 3 p.m. till 8 p.m. and I had like dinner or whatever you want to call it in that period. I don't know if that can be counted as dinner or breakfast or what the hell. Anyway, so I was up in that period there, 3 to 8 p.m. And then I fell asleep at 8 p.m. Then I woke up at 10 p.m. Actually, it was more like 7:30 p.m. and I woke up at 10. Anyway, so then I slept then. So now I'll probably be up all night again. I'll sleep somewhere in the morning. I don't know. It's not good. It's not good. Anyway, so yeah. So that's what's going on with me right now. It's the weird thing is I feel rested. But it doesn't feel okay. It feels like I should try and sleep normally. Thus is the life of a YouTuber, I guess. It's an ongoing battle of trying to sleep at proper times. Anyway, so down here, this room at the front is actually like the company, or like the lounge room, the break room. Yeah, that makes more sense. Like a break room, right? So you come in there, there's going to be a little kitchenette in there with a fridge, a sink, a dishwasher. Actually, I don't think there's a dishwasher. Or maybe there was. I don't know. A coffee machine, that kind of stuff. Sofas and just a little TV. So they can come in here, chill out, relax. And then we also have a bathroom just behind it, of course, because it is a workplace. So you'd want to be able to go to the bathroom. So we have that. Actually, I did build something else. But it was a Let's Build series. I did, because we built a police station in The Sims 4. Yeah. It's called, in case you're wondering, it's a great series. I would recommend. It's called The Sims 4, Let's Build a Cop Shop, Part 1. And then it goes up to Part 16. So building in real time. That was a good series. It took forever, though. Took absolutely forever. How many? So, yes, 16 parts. Jesus. And because the The police station we ended up building in that series actually ended up having so many items in it. Like, because I just detailed it so much. I detailed it way more than you would, like, normally detail a build in The Sims. Like, there's so many, like, I made, like, a really cool bullpen in it. There was, like, a chief's office that looks like the bullpen is sunken down into the ground. The chief's office is up above, and they can see over into the bullpen. There's a bunch of cells. There's a huge lobby area. There's, like, a press room. There was, like, a gym upstairs. Oh, it was cool. It was really, really cool. You should check it out if you haven't. I mean, it's a longer form series, so it's not sped up like this. It's just me building in real time, chatting along, and that was really fun. But because there's so many items in it, it made the game run a little bit slow. So it was kind of the same problem we had with if you guys saw my apartment complex build, where that was a little bit more recently. That was sped up like this. It was a 4-parter though, sped up. And I think I mentioned this in one of my previous builds as well. But there were so many items in it. It was just laggy. It just made the game run so slow. But they were really fun to build. They're really fun to build. And that's why I'm also kind of hesitant to do, because a lot of people ask me to do, like, build a mansion, build, this, build that. A couple of reasons I generally don't is because personally, this has always been a thing with me. I just get bored of building something that big in The Sims. Like, I just get bored. Like, I've done it in The Sims 3. I tried to do it in Sims 3 and just get bored. And same with Sims 4. I've tried to do bigger builds, but I just get bored. Like, by the time I get to, so far in the build, I'm like, you know what? I'm not interested in this anymore. I want to start something new. That's why I've always liked doing smaller builds or maybe more interesting builds that have a weird twist to them. Something a bit different, because it just keeps me interested. Like, that's what I like about it. That's what I like about building, it's a challenge. It's always new. It's always something different. And it's not to say that building a big house isn't different for me, because it certainly would be, because I don't do that often, but it's the fact that I'd have to spend so much time on it, and that's not really something that, I don't know, I just don't find that interesting. I just get bored of it. But people always ask me to do that, so I thought I'd let you know why not. But yeah, no, I have done big builds in The Sims 3. There's a couple of videos on them on my channel, but they weren't just by me. I did them as collaboration. So I did like the building, because I love the building part, and then I got other people to furnish it. So I did like a mansion, and then there's a huge apartment complex in The Sims 3 that we did. There was a few things like that, but I never did them by myself. This brick wall, don't mind that. The reason I'm doing that is because I couldn't tell which walls are painted and which ones weren't. Because I was using this white wall texture, and then I changed it to a very, very similar white wall texture. And I couldn't tell which walls we had changed and which ones we hadn't. So I painted the whole building in the bricks, so I knew for sure everything was that brick pattern. So I didn't miss any walls. And then I repainted it again with the white wallpaper that I wanted. Just a standard wall. So I think this is still part of the live stream. I think this was nearing the end of the live stream here. So I think that this first part of the video was all streamed live, which is kind of interesting. If you do want to watch it back, I think I'll see if I can link it down below, because I'll upload it to YouTube. Because I usually upload my live streams to YouTube, but they're unlisted videos, so they're hidden. But you can find them if you go to my website. If you go to jamesturner.yt and then click on the live streams tab, you'll have like past live streams down there. And you can view live streams that you may have missed. They'll be on YouTube, but they're just hidden. Because I used to post live streams publicly, but then when I started live streaming more and more, when you started posting 3+ hour videos to YouTube every, few days, people were just like, stop doing that. And I was like, yeah, no, that's fair enough. Fair call. So I did it that way instead. So you can still watch them back on YouTube, because the problem with Twitch is they actually delete past live streams after 30 days if you're not Twitch Turbo or Twitch Prime, and then it's like after 3 months maybe if you are, or 90 days. Which is 3 months, yeah. Which is 3 months. Yeah, I think I deleted it after 3 months or 30 days, depending on which you are. So it's kind of sucks. Like, I wish they kept the live streams forever, which I don't see why they couldn't, because Twitch is owned by Amazon, and Amazon has a huge server infrastructure. So I kind of call BS on that. They could totally do it. They just don't want to. Anyway, so that's why I upload them over to YouTube, and that's why they're private. So if you do want to watch this, I guess all of this here is still a live stream, so you can watch all this back. And actually, in the second half of this, I think the second half, I don't know if it was a whole half, but for the last part of this, Deli from, I was about to say Deli from the Deligracy channel. Deligracy, who's another Sims YouTuber, she joined me and we're just chatting on Skype while I was building. So it was a bit of fun. So you can click to my website. Or if I'll see if I can link the VOD. I'll try. I'll try to remember to link that down below. But this pretty much wraps up the first part of this build. You can click the link down below to download this. This is already available for download on the gallery. Like I said, part 2 of this will be out tomorrow, so there's no waiting around. It's not going to be delayed indefinitely. It will be out tomorrow. So you can watch part 2 tomorrow. You can download it now, play with this, check it out, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you next time, and have an awesome day.